Hi, I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. If you're wondering why I look like I'm in a 1950s 3D movie theater, but I'm actually on the beach, it's because today is a total eclipse, and these are the special safety glasses that I actually got at the very last minute. I couldn't find them online. I didn't find out where they may have been distributed here in town, but I happened to ask in the morning, and somebody told me I showed up again at noon, he'd give me a pair, and I did, and I have them. Right now, I'm gonna look at the moon from where I'm sitting, and it looks like it's about a third of the way gobbled up, and the sun looks like it's about a third of the way gobbled up, and the sun is like the color of a glowing yellow moon, like when a moon first rises and it's got that real bright yellow color. I just had a really groovy experience as I was walking up the boardwalk, up the boardwalk and onto the beach. I realized that not everybody realizes the eclipse is going on today, and some people don't care, but there are some people that didn't have the safety glasses, and I got to show them what the sun looks like right now, and they got to put this also on their cell phone, so they got eclipse pictures. And if they hadn't been close by and somebody hadn't been curious and asked a question, they wouldn't have been able to have that experience. So I feel glad that I was able to do some good for somebody and help them to see something. It reminds me of a time when I was in Hollywood and Halley's Comet was passing close by, and everybody with a telescope or good binoculars was looking at it. And I was walking down the street on Wilcox Avenue, and there was a man who was a worker at one of the parking lots there, and he was letting every passersby look through his telescope. And that was so cool. I got to see something in myself, not having to go to a planetarium or look at the news or pictures in a magazine or something. So it's going on right now. It's about a third of the way gobbled up. See, there's not a lot of people on the beach now. You got to understand, if you've never worn safety goggles, they make everything absolutely black. When I have these on, I cannot see anything except for what's underneath the glasses. I can't see the screen. I can't see that I'm in frame. I can't see the people around me. This makes everything very, very black. These are ISO rated. I forget all the information about them, but there is a QR code on the inside of this that I photographed with my webcam, and it is a special safety rated that is specifically for a visual examination of the sun surface. They do say you're not supposed to wear it for more than 3.5 minutes consecutively, but you can do it for a handful of hours if you're doing it on and off. So since I'm not watching it for a long time at a time, and in fact I've let other people look through it more than I have myself, the pictures I took with my webcam didn't look all that good, because the webcam just doesn't take really good pictures of far away things. That's one thing I really wish I could change about these webcams, but it's now between a third and 1/2 of the way. I hope this isn't in the screen and burning the lens. If it does, I guess I'll find out soon enough. Would you like to see some of the beach? If this was happening in the summer, I wouldn't have all this space, because whenever it's hot and sunny, these beaches are crowded. So it's kind of great for these things to happen this time of year, where you can have your space to enjoy nature. And since I can't handle the summer sun, I do most of my beach stuff has to be either in the wintertime or at night, or just when I don't have to worry about the sun. Even now I have SPF 50 on. That's an absolute non-negotiable. I have to look underneath my glasses to see. It is, can you believe how empty? You would think there'd be a bunch of people trying to catch some of this. But then for all I know, maybe the casinos are having special watch parties where they have their own branded sunglasses, specifically as ISO rated for this. I don't want to call them sunglasses because I'm so afraid somebody's going to watch my video and think they could just pop on their Foster Grants and go look at this. If you don't have the right kind of protection, don't chance it. And if you're taking a picture with your cell phone using these lenses, don't forget to close the other eye, because then you could end up with one eye blind and the other eye protected. So no, can't take chances with this. I'm even going to be careful where this is angled so I don't risk getting the sun in. If I do it for a very quick second like that, you know. This is, they say there's going to be 20 years before another one happens. And the next one, the line of totality, the path of totality, I understand is supposed to be California to Florida or something. I don't remember whether it's Northern California or Southern California. But I don't want to think about 20 years from now. Heck, I don't want to think about what I'm going to look like 20 years from now. But, you know, let's just be glad for the life that we have, and let's be glad when we can share common things that kind of tie us all together, I think. So here in New Jersey, we had an earthquake, and we're having an eclipse. So somebody's already selling t-shirts to that effect, you know. We're at about half. I see one person over at the shoreline that seems to be checking out the eclipse. Other people seem like they're just totally oblivious. You know, you got dog walkers and shell hunters. I'm all about shell hunting, but you got to be so careful you don't get a sunburn on your back from that. Yeah, that guy in the chair, he's been staking out his spot for a while. I hope he's got the right kind of eye gear. Behind me, the nice people I got to share the view with. Oh, as an aside, I haven't seen Garfield for several days. People were asking on the different pet groups about how you should probably keep your animals indoors because they might be confused by the eclipse. And I don't know if cats have the same sensitivity as other animals. I don't know that I've been through enough where I actually thought about such a thing. But they were saying on TV, on one of the news networks, then the people who work in zoos, they notice how different kind of animals behave. So it doesn't seem to me it lasts long enough that, and this is if you're in the path of totality. I don't think if you're in an area like this where you would have to go like 100 miles outside, west of New York City to be in the path of totality. And if you're not in the path of totality, I don't think you notice. Just my opinion. I got to be careful to go exactly where my spot was because I left 10 of my biggest quartz crystals on the beach to get a charge. And, you know, because quartz is clear, I don't want them to accidentally get kicked into the sand. Hope I don't have too much sand in this computer.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you let me see it again?
Yeah. It's at about the halfway point.
Halfway?
Yeah.
Ooh. Let me see. Wait.
I'm letting them see it again. It's at about the halfway point. That if you hear the speaking in Spanish, it's them. They're looking at it. They're as impressed as I think anybody that gets to see it is. You know, I wish I could show it to you safely, but I'm not convinced that this will.
Yes, I did.
Good. The ones with my webcam didn't look all that good, but it's never taken good.
I'm gonna show it to you, and I'm gonna take a picture now too.
Si yo tuviera $100,000, los usaría para viajar a la luna. Viaje de loco.
This is cool. Everybody's taking pictures with their cell phones using the lens of my glasses to protect their eyes, and they're getting some good pictures. Well, cell phones take great pictures, let's face it. And if that lens can protect our eyes, I guess it can protect the lenses. Now, I will probably be posting the pictures I took of this, but they wouldn't hold a candle to
Here you go, hon.
other people's.
Look.
Oh, that is awesome. When you got a cell phone, they take beautiful pictures. What kind of phone is this?
An iPhone 15.
Oh,
Pro
no
Max.
wonder. You've got the best there is. This is my camera. Oh, it's at about half. I'm gonna try something. If I put this on my lens, can you see this? Did you see anything? It is now 2:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Anybody tells you glasses aren't a bitch when you have braids, they're lying. Oh. Down here on the beach, I don't know if you could see it, I have 10 of my crystals in a circle. It's right below the pink striped sock, letting them soak up some sun. Some people think eclipse energies can be chaotic, but I'm not too scared of that. Besides, with all the chaos that's in the world, I don't think any little bit of chaos I may now and then add to it's going to really matter too much to you. Because I am not so ridiculous and arrogant as to think that I control it all. Okay? Oh, here's more of the beach. I don't know if it's just me, but the water looks especially clean and green today. Of course, maybe it's toxic waste or something, or bile from whales, or I don't know. Okay, it's 2/3 of the way.
Los ratones del cielo.
Do you see that's crescent? I hope you could see some of that. I know this webcam is not as good as the cell phone picture you guys can take, but you know.
Casi me ahogo.
Still, this gives me a feeling like I'm participating in something historic, that millions of people are into and that get a kick out of. And look at the people that are willing to travel from so far away to go into the path of totality and hope that they don't have too much cloud cover to prevent them from seeing it. As you can see, we got a fair amount of cloud, but not enough to stop a person with the vision protection from seeing what's going on.
Eso suena a algo que
Now it's definitely more than 2/3 of the way covered. And you know, they talk about solar flares, sunspot activity, and they said how next year, 2025, is supposed to be especially active. Well, I can see myself on the, say if we were looking at a clock at the 10:30 mark, I could see a difference in color of the sun, which would suggest to me that maybe that's a coronal mass ejection or something. Any NASA scientists that might be watching, feel free to tell me in the comments what it is. But so it does look like the sun has a mottled surface like the moon would appear to be, except unlike the moon's, the sun's is moving because it's these gases that are on fire and they're all moving and stuff.
O sea, yo también me
So-
enfermaba todo el tiempo, pero ya, tocaba seguir mi vida. Enferma, pero seguir mi vida.
Can you see?
Yo fui a dormir, me desperté, visité, vámonos,
I got so much sand on this computer, man. I think I may need to hit it with a vacuum cleaner when I come home. I almost wasn't going to bring the laptop today, by the way. Can you believe this? I was just going to go with the glasses and some tissues and my crystals. And then I figured, you know what, I'd regret it if I didn't try to get some pictures. And so I get to share this with all you guys. And I understand you're going to have better quality footage someplace else. You know, there's always going to be somebody with a filter and a special camera setup or something. But this is real. It's live as it's happening. It's now 3:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on a beach in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Not a whole lot of people. There's like 3 people behind me. I'm going to protect their privacy and not bother them. But you see what few people there is back there? Not a whole lot of people here. Now, maybe down beach where the higher class people live, maybe there's things going on there. I don't know. I'd hate to think that there's that much indifference to this. I really expected a lot more people.
Yo quiero vender mi gato, vender mi televisor, todo.
I hope their conversation didn't get through any audio. I didn't have the heart to tell them that I was filming because the last thing I wanted to do was be mean. And plus, if I had done that, then they wouldn't have got a chance to see more views of the eclipse. And, you know, I wouldn't want to deprive somebody of seeing something like this. Now I'm looking to see if I can find some seashells that are all intact but have natural holes in them. Because shells with holes in them, first of all, from a practical standpoint, you can put them on a string and you can make jewelry with them, but they also have other kinds of metaphysical value. But the holes have to be there when you find them. You can't just make the holes yourself. Oh. found one. Oh, it's more of a crescent now. Oh, yes, it's definitely a waning crescent. And it looks quite glowing yellow. But of course, keep in mind that that's against the backdrop of total blackness that these lenses provide. Okay, an interesting thing is happening with the crescent. Now it seems like it's going not just in a diagonal that it's going, it seems like it's going up this way. So it's like its path is a curved path. It's not a straight across path, which would understand since we're not in a path of totality. But that's what it's looking, because the crescent went from having this shape and now it's having a shape where the points are tilted down a little bit. This is interesting. I try to show you again with this thing, but I honestly don't think the quality on my webcam is good enough to let you see. I was really underwhelmed with the pictures that I took of it. And you know what? I am going to give you another look. Did you see that? Yeah, you know what? These are a bitch to put on. And I don't want to set this down. I'm afraid if I set this down there, they're going to ask me for a look again. And, you know, I don't mind sharing nice experiences with people and stuff, but you know what? Am I a bitch to say I'm losing a little bit of patience? Ooh, no, I'm not trying to shut down my PC. Oh my goodness, no. You know what? I don't know what, I hit something, but now I have to, oh, okay. There. My computer thought I was trying to shut it down for some reason. So, okay, now it's a much smaller crescent. And it seems like it's course corrected, that it's not as pointed down, but it's not definitely kind of more or less straight ahead as it was. And I have been filming this for almost 24 minutes now. See, I was surprised that it was as far along when I came onto the beach. I thought that I had allowed enough time for the whole kind of start to finish thing, but I didn't want to be out too long because of my own personal sun exposure. The crescent looks thinner. Here's more beach. Oh, now there's cloud cover, a little bit of cloud cover over part of the sun. And that's making it look really dim. Actually, and the crescent is getting smaller. I don't think the speed should speed up when it gets close to covering I don't think that's part of it. Now the cloud, those are just wispy clouds and they've gone away. Here's some seagulls. It's much, well, not much smaller, but it's a smaller crescent now. This is my backyard, pretty much. Too bad I can't handle the sun. If I was a sun worshiper, I'd be in hog heaven. It's a smaller crescent. Yeah, the sun's definitely alive. It's got things shooting out of it. Some are bigger and some are smaller. Some stretch off further than others. I guess you just need to look at this with the special protection and you kind of see it for yourself. Smaller crescent. If I set this down and let you enjoy looking at the beach for a while, I gotta make sure it's not where the sand's wet though, because there's some wet spots. I don't think they realize I'm filming. I just can't lose my crystals. this beach looks so much alike. You can't tell a group of 2 people from a group of 4 people. And these glasses really do make everything look black, by the way. So you could really be walking around blind. Oh, there's a piece of wood. I think I could balance this on the wood. See some beach for me. The sun's a real little sliver now. Just as luck would have it, they all want to look at it with the little glasses, and they all want to take pictures of it with their iPhones, and of course, you know, why not? So, anyway, I'll be back. It's a much smaller sliver now. And people forget it's supposed to pass through on the other side, so you're supposed to, it's only, what, not even halfway done, I think. But, so, and to think I was not going to bring the laptop to come out and look at this today. This video, whatever it ends up being, would not have existed if I had not decided to bring out my computer. Now it's pretty small. Did you see See that little? Isn't that cool? I gotta be careful because I have one crystal in this hand, but I have two crystals in the hand that's holding my computer. And I don't know if having a crystal near the hard drive can be bad for the hard drive. So. Oh. Yep, it's a little sliver moon, well, sun actually. And instead of the points being, remember I said that they were kind of down and then they veered to slightly kind of up, and now they're kind of straight. So this shows that it's definitely on a curve. Now, I don't know how much darker it's going to get, but one thing I could tell you, I felt since I've been here that I definitely feel the temperature feels like it's gone down about 10 degrees. Now keep in mind when you're by the shore, you're going to have the ocean breezes. I hope that's not interfering with my audio. I can't help the wind, but it definitely feels a bit cool. And you know what? It doesn't look overly sunny, because I could see what I could see underneath the glasses. Like when I lift them up, it looks kind of like an overcast day. So that's what the impact of even the coverage we get in Atlantic City, New Jersey for our eclipse. I wish I could be in a path of totality. I mean, I think that would be just awesome. And of course, I would put that on YouTube, you know, because why not, right? Oh, you see that straw? I wonder if that could be sanitized and then used in the cat shelters, because you know straw is what they use. They don't use bedding, things like towels and things that can get moldy. When they get wet and they freeze, cats can freeze with them. It can lower a cat's body temperature, whereas straw, it dries, it resists mold, and it can cause the cats to freeze to death. You're welcome. Huh? Oh, it's the channel is called Leathur Rokk. It's my name. Do you have a pen? You can write it down.
Leather Rokk.
Yeah. Leathur and Rokk. I have, you see purple hair braids in it. And I have I'm posting daily now. You see a girl with purple hair. Yep, that's me. Oh, I post daily.
Oh, you have a lot of
Yes, over 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
So there's something for everybody, hopefully. I mean, I post about pot,
wow.
I post about cats, I post about Washington, D.C., I post about all kinds of stuff. Okay. So I hope I don't offend you by anything I posted, but like I said, I've been doing this for 12 years. And
12 years?
Yeah. I thought they were going to kick me off, because sometimes I was starting to do news commentary, and there are certain things they don't allow you to talk about.
About what?
Oh, first of all, you have to be careful. Like, okay, I'm pro-choice, and I was talking about there's things that women could do, you know, and you can't, because I'm not a medical doctor, you can't talk about that. And yeah, and I started talking about the presidents and talking about the election, and they said they take down some of this stuff. It's like no First Amendment.
I know.
You know?
Okay, I'm gonna like your videos.
Well,
Let
thank
me see
you.
for the last time.
Huh?
Let me see for the last time.
Well, oh yeah. You know, I'm glad I got to share this.
Yeah.
Because if you had not been behind me, you know, there's a lot of people who don't care. Well, thank you. You know what? This made this experience so much more fun because I like to share these things. And you know what? People gotta stop being so damn selfish. You gotta share, right?
Right.
I would think there'd be so many more people on the boardwalk to watch this. I mean, come on. You don't have all the loud noise of the traffic. You don't have all of the people getting drunk and stupid. This is a nice, peaceful place. And I know it's not the warmest of days, but my goodness. If we got to wait another 20 years for an eclipse, and we're not going to be the next path of totality, of course, I would like to be there, but let's face it, 20 years from now, don't do the math. I'm going to be needing a lot of plastic surgery to be looking good 20 years from now. You can definitely tell it's darker, even without. You're welcome. Have a good night. And thanks for the views. I appreciate it. Hey, that's cool. Oh, okay. I can't forget my crystals. Yeah. Well, I'm not really going anywhere. They're in a haphazard circle, which you couldn't even tell is a circle. Now, let's see what the sun is doing. Much smaller crescent. My sinuses are getting so messed up. Get over how dark these make everything else. This literally makes you blind of everything except when you look up at the sun. Now the sun is a smaller crescent, and instead of seeming to be pointing both points exactly straight ahead, now it seems they're at a slight tilt up. You think these pigeons notice anything? Pigeons, pretty birdies. Pretty birdies, I like you. Pretty birdies. Wish I had some num-nums for you. Okay, now the crescent seems like it's tilting upward more. Not the top one, but the bottom point's tilting up more. It almost seems like it's rocking back and forth. I know that's got to be just an optical illusion, but it's kind of going a little bit like this. It must be the coronal mass ejection. Now, one thing I don't understand is they say that you're not supposed to wear this continuously for more than 3.5 minutes. So that would mean that if you wanted to watch the whole thing from start to finish, you couldn't. You could only look at it intermittently. So does that mean that each time you subject to this film to the sun, it's kind of like X-ray damage? That, you know, it's the cumulativeness that's dangerous or something, because it's like I feel that I have to look away more than I can look at it, because according to this you can't wear it for that long. And it's like people would expect that the reason why they're wearing these things is so they can safely look at the sun. And I'm not saying I want to take any chances, but I better put this a little lower in case that sun is what is getting in the lens. It's definitely slanting upward now. Here's a crystal. 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 And here's a crystal. I figure if I put them on my clapboard, they won't blend into the sand. I really don't want to lose them. It's a thinner sliver now. It's definitely got that yellow gold glow. But I find myself continually having to remind myself that I'm looking at the sun and not the moon. That's the thing, is we're so used to seeing crescents and shapes of the moon that when we see something like this, especially with the absolute black background that the proper vision protection gives you, it looks like the moon, and you have to remind yourself. And plus, the moon doesn't pulse like the sun does. The moon has its craters and its shapes that we've gotten used to from the time we saw full moons as children. But the sun, for very obvious reasons, is so much more of a mystery. And since it's this living thing, it pulses and spurts out energy and all that stuff, and it looks like a living, breathing thing when you look at it. Heck, imagine if my vision was better. Oh, now the moon, rather the sun, has shifted. Now it looks like it's upside down. Instead of it being kind of this way, but a little bit tilted, now it's like, and some of the cloud cover looks like it's finally obscuring it a wee little bit. Man, I feel so glad I'm getting to see this. Even though I'm not in the path of totality or anything. I hope I don't get a sunburn as a result though. Because I keep on, like I wore sunblock every place where I thought the jacket would lift off. And I covered my hands and stuff. But, you know, one thing about the sun is the sun, I mean about the beach is the beach with all these tiny little crystals. It basically is a reflective surface, so it reflects the sun's UV rays onto the body. So even in the wintertime, I have to be careful and have to wear a minimum SPF 50. So it's definitely cooled off a bit. I hope the wind isn't affecting the audio on this. Kind of mad at myself when a lot of times I wear these fingerless gloves so I can still touch keyboards and stuff when I'm out. Why I didn't think to grab them when I went out of the house, I don't know. Because that would have been great for a day like today. I don't know though. I really wanted to have contact, skin to skin contact with the crystals when I was working with them. Okay, it's a much smaller crescent, but there is some cloud cover, so that might be interfering with it, making it look darker than it is. I'm trying not to look at it too steady because the instructions for this warn that you're not supposed to be looking at it steady. Now there's a little bit of cloud cover. Okay, right now I see absolutely nothing. Right now all I see is black in the glasses. I see absolutely nothing. I see totality in these glasses right now. I'm serious. I'm afraid to keep on looking at it. I see nothing. I see the same black that I see when I put my hand in front of my face. I see totally black. Imagine if we was in the path of totality. But obviously I can see that there is light. It looks like it's about 3 hours later than it would be Eastern Standard Time, 4 hours later actually. I still see black. I see black. I still see black. I still see black. I think I heard from some people behind me, somebody shouting, I'm trying to see. I think they got a pair of these kind of glasses, and they got the same cloud cover that we got now. I still don't see anything. Yeah, the cloud cover is getting kind of a bit hectic. You can see how it is. It's not bad down there, but as you get closer to the sun area, you can see right where the sun is, that's where the cloud is. So that's why I'm not seeing anything. I'm literally not seeing diddly right now. Now that said, it's breezy enough that I would like to think that the cloud should blow away, you know. I wish I'd worn another layer, but I thought today was going to be too warm to possibly have to wear the long black leather, and I don't have a short leather coat anymore. So, and I didn't think any of those other colors would have been appropriate for today, you know. Yep. Ooh, ooh, ooh. somebody having a good time. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's see how high he's gonna go now. See, if I was going up on one of those things, I'd want to go over water. Because I think it'd be a softer landing. Whatever the fuel was burning, smells like nasty exhaust though. See, if he's not that high up, that would be a fairly soft landing, I guess. You know, on a related note, they have a parasailing thing that starts at Gardner's Basin and goes along the coast here. And it's only during the spring and the summer, and they cut it off just before my birthday. And if it would ever be as late as my birthday, I would love to do it. But because my birthday happens in the autumn when things get cold, a lot of the events that will be taking place in warmer months just aren't happening here. So. But that looks like that would be hella fun. See, now he's over water. Look at him go. I still see nothing but black when I look. I wonder what the mileage is on those things. Man, that dude's still up in the air. Now, isn't that a kick in the head? Yeah, I would definitely go in one of those. I'm flying over water, I would wear a life vest just for the hell of it though. Even though I can swim. But that water's cold today. And I still don't see any of the sun. Huh. I'd be really pissed off if I ended this video and I went home only to find out that the clouds went away and you could start to see the sun. This cloud cover does look pretty heavy though. You know what? It honestly doesn't look like the kind of clouds that are gonna stop because they're the kind that I forget whether they're the cumulonimbus. I forget. I used to be more up on my clouds than I am now. But that looks too thick to disperse really quickly. So I don't know if we're going to get to see any of it. So maybe I'll close this video. Thanks for watching. If you were watching, I hope you did it the safe way. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.